When it comes to WikiLeaks, Donald Trump and many of his supporters have been crooked politicians.
I love WikiLeaks.
They support truth and press freedom when it suits them.
Oh, we love WikiLeaks.
But condemn truth tellers to death when it doesn't.
He's going to talk about WikiLeaks.
I think it's disgraceful. This should be like death penalty or something.
Hi, I'm Matt Orfalea, and here's 5 times Donald Trump and his supporters flipped on WikiLeaks. Number 1, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. In 2010, when WikiLeaks produced award-winning journalism for publishing the unflattering truths about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, Newt Gingrich called WikiLeaks editor a terrorist.
Julian Assange is engaged in terrorism. He should be treated as an enemy combatant. Shut WikiLeaks down. WikiLeaks should be closed down permanently and decisively.
But when Julian Assange published the truth about Donald Trump's 2016 opponent, Hillary Clinton, Newt became one of WikiLeaks' biggest promoters.
But WikiLeaks actually is going to presently give us an entirely new understanding of how dishonest and how corrupt the left is. And you see this in all the WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks, there's so much material there. I hope the Trump campaign will spend at least a week exposing what is coming out in all of these various leaks.
Newt pushed WikiLeaks so hard, he called networks propagandists for not covering more WikiLeaks.
What the networks did the night that the Trump tape came out, they put in 23 minutes on an 11-year-old tape, and the 3 of them combined put in 57 seconds covering WikiLeaks. That's pure propaganda. Julian Assange is engaged in terrorism. He should be treated as an enemy combatant. WikiLeaks should be closed down permanently and decisively.
Number 2, Sean Hannity. Originally, Hannity criticized the government for not throwing Julian Assange in jail to stop WikiLeaks from publishing.
Assange is apparently not done waging his war against the U.S. Why can't Obama do something about the WikiLeaks? Why didn't they do anything? We've had 6 months notice, 6 months to deal with this. Why didn't they go after this guy? Why didn't they arrest him? Why didn't they stop this from being published when we had so much time to do it?
Should the WikiLeaks founder be considered a terrorist?
In 2016, when WikiLeaks published private emails exposing the Hillary Clinton campaign,
Julian, how are you, sir? Welcome to the program.
Julian Assange went from a possible terrorist to a friend of the show.
I actually do applaud. You've exposed a lot about our government that I am appreciative of as a citizen, because I think there have been things that have been going on that we need to know about, and I hope it wakes people up.
Hannity even traveled to visit Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy, where he's been living in asylum from U.S. prosecution for the past 6 years.
I've come to believe that you've done things that have been extraordinarily helpful to the United States. And I think journalism in a way. Wow, Julian Assange, fascinating. I do hope you get free one day. All right, left-wing filmmaker Michael Moore has come out in support of the man behind WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, writing on his website, quote, he should be thanked and honored, not abused and jailed. What a shock. Michael Moore has it wrong again.
Number 3, former vice presidential candidate and governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin. In 2010, Palin criticized the government for not doing more to, quote, permanently dismantle WikiLeaks, and compared Julian Assange to a terrorist leader.
Sarah Palin wrote on Facebook yesterday, quote, why was he not pursued with the same urgency that we pursue Al-Qaeda and Taliban leaders?
I was so ticked off at him, and I thought he was just such a foe until I started figuring out where he was headed.
When true information released by WikiLeaks started benefiting her friend and fellow reality star Donald Trump, Palin finally saw the light.
His agenda with what he's doing is trying to provide people information so that we can make better decisions for our own lives, for our communities, for our country, for the world.
In 2017, Sarah Palin publicly apologized to Julian Assange for her past comments on Facebook.
He's all about freedom. He wants people to have information, and that's power, and we need that.
Why was he not pursued with the same urgency that we pursue Al-Qaeda and Taliban leaders?
Number 4, Mike Huckabee. In 2010, Huckabee said WikiLeaks source should be sentenced to death.
I think anything less than execution is too kind a penalty. And I think the New York Times has shown an utter reckless disregard for any responsible journalism by printing something that they know that they obtained in a way that is not appropriate.
after attacking the New York Times for printing WikiLeaks revelations. In 2016, he appeared on TV with printed WikiLeaks revelations right beside his head.
The fact is, the WikiLeaks exposure has revealed what really amounts to nothing less than a criminal enterprise. This is why Hillary Clinton cannot be president, because they have used government powers for going after their political enemies.
WikiLeaks, well, what do you think about this thing? I think anything less than execution is too kind a penalty.
Number 5, President Donald Trump.
He's going to talk about WikiLeaks. You had nothing to do with the leaking of those documents. I think it's disgraceful. You do think it's disgraceful? I think this should be like death penalty or something.
Hillary had no defense for her secret speeches to Wall Street and international banks that she hid from the public and which were exposed by WikiLeaks.
Oh, we love WikiLeaks.
This WikiLeaks stuff is unbelievable.
I love reading those WikiLeaks.
It tells you the inner heart.
WikiLeaks is amazing.
You got to read it.
WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks.
Oh, WikiLeaks. It's been amazing what's coming out on WikiLeaks.
This WikiLeaks is like a treasure trove. WikiLeaks is unbelievable. WikiLeaks. I love WikiLeaks.
The wonder of WikiLeaks.
Trump went from calling WikiLeaks disgraceful to being WikiLeaks' biggest fan to magically not knowing anything about WikiLeaks.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Is Julian Assange go free?
I don't know anything about him, really. I don't know much about him. I really don't.
If you don't understand why Trump wouldn't support freeing Julian Assange from US prosecution, that can be explained with one short clip.
If the information you had was about Donald Trump and his campaign, would you have equally released that?
Yes, absolutely.
WikiLeaks is not a partisan publisher. Their mission is to inform the public with the truth about what's secretly being done by powerful institutions around the world, including the US government under Donald Trump. That's why Trump's own Justice Department, like the one before him, is poised to prosecute Julian Assange if he takes one step out of the Ecuadorian embassy. If the government prosecutes a journalist for publishing the truth, that will be the death of the free press. So please share this video and tell Donald Trump and his supporters that they are crooked politicians if they don't stand up for the most American principles of all, the freedom of speech and the freedom of the press. For Julian Assange and WikiLeaks.
You want the truth? Why haven't you reached out to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks?
Shouldn't we know if the government is committing a crime in our names and with our authority?
If Assange is by soliciting and releasing information that the U.S. government would rather keep secret, if he's a criminal, then so are we on Fox News right now.
They now cut off his internet access. I say free Julian. This is beyond shocking and should concern every single American.
WikiLeaks is now the institution in this country honoring the people's right to know.
Well, we got you on tape, Dobbs.
I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that.
The more that government clamps down on information, the more information is denied to the public, the more Assanges and the more Bradley Mannings there are going to be.
If the media is not going to do their job, there are going to be more WikiLeaks in the future.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I'm at Orfalea. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please support me on Patreon.